Well, here we are again. So this is a big week. Well, it's a really big week for me because this is my son's gotcha week, and you know, we got to celebrate in style. So we are going to go have some ice cream later today. It's also a big week in the financial markets, even with so much data not getting released, but there is one key piece of data that's going to get released. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. So we are in the midst of day 10, day 11 of this government shutdown where these yahoos, well, they just can't come into an agreement. And I know it's very politically decisive, or if you're like me, you think they all suck, but you're not just here for my political opinion. So the biggest thing that happened Friday is China said, it was actually interesting because the stock market was like opening well, things were trading well, and then China said, hey, we're going to be restrictive of some rare earth materials or rare earth minerals. I guess minerals are materials, but I'll be a little more specific there. Then, Donnie Boy doesn't like that, so he instantly came out and started talking about more tariffs. And, if China and the U.S. are fighting, it's just not good. Stock market tanked. And, well, here we are in another one of those positions. But in other news, so the Consumer Price Index is going to get released. The Bureau of Labor Statistics called people back to work so they can get this data in. Now, this is important because the Fed meets at the end of the month, and whether or not consumer prices are increasing or decreasing is big for what they do with rates. Now, when the Fed moves, it doesn't matter for mortgage rates. It's what they say, but the data implies these things. So mortgage rates will move in advance of that. So now the number was supposed to come out on October 15th, next Wednesday. It's not going to make that day, I doubt. But it will come out before the Fed meets. And so you'll probably see rates move based upon what that is. Now, if it's right in line with expectations, we might hover the same. But if the consumer price index was way less than expected, rates are going to get better. If it's more than expected, rates are going to get worse because that would mean inflation is either moving up or down there. Now, I find it incredibly interesting that the same yahoos that are calling the BLS back for them to do their job with the consumer price index, had they just had one more day of work, the original numbers for the employment data would have been ready to roll last Friday. But, I don't make the rules. I'm glad I don't make the rules. I don't know. I kind of wish I did sometimes. I just don't want to be caught in the middle of all that debate. Anyway, I'm going to continue to keep you posted. I'm here for you. I'm your boy, Sean Zalmanoff. If you need anything, reach out, and peace out.